On the eve of the 2019 Masters Tournament, the living legend Jack Nicklaus wrote a love letter to Augusta National. Nicklaus wrote, "The drive up Magnolia Lane, even 60 years later, still gives me chills. So thank you, Augusta National. Thank you for a lifetime of memories. But for the participant and the spectator, many who witness this event share the same sentiment. For many, the Masters Tournament is an annual tradition, only broken by death itself." If you're an avid golf fan or oblivious to the sport, you'll profit from the captivating landscape that is the Masters Tournament, which has been a perpetual source of some of the most iconic moments in sports history. Today I will explain the three major components of the Masters Tournament. You see, I've watched the Masters Tournament every year since I was very young. I pride myself on being an avid golfer and a fan of the sport, but I've never attended this event. But I submit an application yearly in hopes of receiving that coveted invitation. First, I will discuss the tournament and where it's held. Second, I will discuss the field of participants. And finally, I will discuss the awards received for winning. We'll discuss the three major components of the Masters Tournament. The Augusta National Golf Club is the host of the Masters Tournament. When Augusta National was built in the sleepy town of Augusta, Georgia, the vision was to build a course that was both challenging and enjoyable by all skill levels. The course was co-designed by legend Bobby Jones and Alister MacKenzie. George Shackelford, a writer for Golf Digest, said in an article published in 2010, "From wide fairways to run-up shots, Bobby Jones and Alister MacKenzie had St. Andrews very much on their mind when they designed the home of the Masters." On March 22, 1934, the first shot was taken at this brand new Augusta National Golf Club. Admiring Augusta National as the home of a beautiful landscape is common, but the star of the show is the course layout. Steve Eubanks writes in his 1998 book entitled Augusta, Home of the Masters Tournament, "Augusta, the National Golf Club, is the perfect course. Augusta boasts gorgeous fairways and perfectly manicured greens set against a breathtaking backdrop of azaleas and pines." The course layout is comprised of 18 holes of a various assortment of designs. Each of the holes have a personal name based on a component of the hole. The most famous of these being hole number 13, fittingly named Azalea, which is named after the beautiful azaleas that line the hillside behind the green. The Augusta National Golf Club was made famous as the home of the Masters Tournament. You see, the tournament was originally called the Augusta National Invitation Tournament and was later changed to the Masters in 1939. A shot aptly called "The Shot Heard Round the World" was an iconic moment that raised the popularity of this tournament. Gene Sarazen hit a coveted double eagle shot to get into a tie for the lead and would go on to eventually win that year's Masters. Since then, Augusta National has been the host of some of the most memorable moments in golf history. Now that I've discussed the course, Augusta National Golf Club, I will now discuss the field of participants. Each year, the best golfers from around the world compete in the Masters Tournament. There are several avenues of qualification that require a win in order for competitors to qualify. According to Court Gaines of Business Insider, there are several pathways to participation. The most effective way to have a yearly invitation is to win the tournament. You see, past champions receive a lifetime invitation. Another way to be guaranteed a spot in the field is to win what's known as a golf major tournament, including the U.S. Open, the British Open, and the PGA Championship. Scoring one of these tournament win will grant you a position in the field for 5 years. There's also paths for amateurs to qualify as well. For some, the path to playing in the Masters Tournament doesn't require a win, but finishes near the top of certain leaderboards. Doug Ferguson of the Associated Press wrote an article in 2017 stating, "Some of the best mail during the holidays is a simple white envelope from Augusta National, officially extending invitations to those who have met the criteria for the Masters Tournament. From fresh amateurs to aged veterans, the field of participants for the Masters Tournament features the best golfers in the world. Now that I've surveyed the field of competitors, I want to briefly discuss what they're competing for. You see, there's two coveted awards given to the annual winner of the Masters Tournament. That's the Green Jacket and the Masters Trophy. The Green Jacket, in an article, The History of the Masters Green Jacket, Brendan Moeller states, the first green jacket was manufactured by Brooks Brothers, where Cliff Roberts, a New York resident and co-founder of Augusta National, often shopped. It was first awarded to the Masters champion in 1949, which was 15 years after the first tournament was held. The first was awarded to Sam Snead. Since the first green jacket, those who have been so fortunate have one of sport's most intriguing and guarded awards. The lesser publicized award is the Masters Trophy. The Masters Trophy was introduced in 1961. Beginning in 1993, the club decided to award a sterling replica of the trophy to the Masters champion. The replica is 13.5 inches wide, 6.5 inches tall, and weighs 20 pounds. This information is based off of an article written at Golf News Net from 2016 entitled The Masters Trophy, Facts, Size, Weight, History, and More. So I've discussed the tournament and where it's held. I've discussed the field of participants and finally the award received for winning. I've explained the three major components of the Masters Tournament. In conclusion, it was on the eve of the 2019 Masters Tournament that Jack Nicklaus wrote a love letter to Augusta National. From the pine trees to the perfectly manicured greens, the annual Masters Tournament has given a venue for a lifetime of memories. Nick Faldo once said, "This is the Masters. It's got the beauty, it's got the color, it's got the sound and the breezes. Everything together makes this place special." So on the first full week of April, change the channel to CBS and enjoy this special tournament.